welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is your girl Adriana DC. Happy Christmas, you guys. I hope you guys are having or had or still is having a very good Christmas and spending time with your family and friends, having a really, chilled out week or weekend. Whatever you guys did over the weekend leading up to Christmas and you guys are doing right now, I hope you guys are really enjoying it and having, a lot of, good times and memories with your family and friends. Tonight, we're going to be talking about perfume releases, you guys. There are perfume releases on top of perfume releases. There are new perfume releases coming out in 2024, and I have still not gotten up to date with fragrance releases of 2023. I'm still trying to catch up. So tonight's video, I'm going to be giving you guys new perfume releases that I can't wait to smell. That I, probably going to decide whether or not we should shop or drop, purchase or pass, as well as some new fragrance releases this year that didn't make a lot of noise that I happened to get my nose on recently that really piqued my interest, you guys. So we're just going to be talking about new releases and, my perfume wish list and what fragrance I should add to my perfume collection next. If you guys are interested in hearing my thoughts on some of the newest releases of 2024 and of the latter end of 2023, then by all means keep on watching. If you guys are new here, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Make sure to hit that notification bell so that way you will be notified every single time I upload. And for those of you who are my returning subscribers, thank you guys for your continuous support. And without further ado, let's just get right into it. First things first, we have My Way Nectar by Giorgio Armani. Now, you guys, this brand, is just like, it's flourishing, and I am still on the Intense, okay? I love the Intense My Way, or the My Way Intense. I bought it, and I bought it in a small bottle, and I was like, oh my god, I'm so in love with this fragrance. I really wanted the big bottle, so I sold the small bottle in anticipation of getting the bigger one, but I haven't gotten around to getting my hands on it because there's so many other fragrances that I want. However, with this range, you have the original My Way, the My Way Intense, there's a My Way Floral, and then we recently had the My Way Le Parfum, and apparently now they're coming out with the My Way Nectar, which is going to be featured in a pink bottle. Well, it looks pink. Well, perhaps the liquid is pink and the cap is like a transparent pink. I love the bottles, you guys, and I think when I get my hands on the My Way Nectar, I'm going to have to do an entire haul and an entire review because I really love this perfume brand and I really want to grab the floral. I smelled the My Way Floral last year or the year before on a shopping vlog in St. Martin. It was beautiful, so I know that I love that fragrance. And the My Way Intense is the best in my opinion. I have not tried the My Way Le Parfum. I maybe have, but I can't remember. But I think I did, and it wasn't that bad. I do still think it's worth having. The original, I tried it a long time ago, and I wasn't really into it, to be honest with you. But perhaps I can revisit that fragrance. But you guys, this is definitely a fragrance that I want to dive into, that I definitely want to add to my perfume collection for the upcoming spring and summer. Let's just take a look at the notes. We have in the top, we have bergamot, orange blossom, and pear card. In the hot notes, we have some tuberose, absolute, base notes, bourbon vanilla, and white musk. It's quite similar to the original because we have a very prominent note of bergamot in the original and the Intense as well. You have the bergamot, the orange blossom definitely makes an appearance in the other flankers as well. This fragrance is all about tuberose. So it definitely plays on that tuberose accord, and it's going to be playing on a tuberose absolute in this upcoming release as well. And we have a sexy bourbon vanilla and white musk in the base. I'm not quite sure if the others have a bourbon vanilla note. I don't know. But for me, this it makes the fragrance even more enticing in my opinion. So for me, My Way Nectar is definitely something I want to add to my perfume collection. This definitely sounds good. So purchase or pass. I think I will most definitely be getting my hands on a bottle of My Way Nectar from Giorgio Armani. So let's move on to the next. Next up, we have Valentino is hitting us yet again with another flanker of the original Born in Roma. We have the Born in Roma Green Stravaganza, which is going to be featuring a green liquid, not a green bottle. It's actually a green liquid, like so. So I am intrigued, provided it doesn't go too green. Let's take a look at the notes. So we have top notes, Lapsang Souchong Accord. Now, apparently this Lapsang Souchong Accord is meant to be a bit of a smoky accord. So it's meant to give off somewhat of a smokiness in the fragrance. It's a combination of birch tar, cade oil, resins, or woods, which sounds really scary. So I'm not quite sure how to, interpret this fragrance. But we have some Lapsang Souchong Accord. In the middle, we have some jasmine absolute. And in the base, we have some vanilla extract. So obviously, they're holding back. So a smoky white floral vanilla accord or fragrance. I'm not quite sure how to get it. This fragrance is said to be an ode to the lush and vibrant gardens of Rome that are painted in rich shades of green, where the delicate vibrancy of rose meets the opulence and captivating intensity of woods. So this lapsang suchang accord is like a smoky, almost burnt woody vibe. So we're getting floral woody and a slight bit of smokiness. And I'm guessing we're gonna have some sweetness on the vanilla extract. Sounds interesting. Definitely sound like a drastic deviation from the original Born in Roma, which you guys raved about for quite some time. So this one sounds a little bit different, but nonetheless, Valentino has been piquing my interest lately, and I'm intrigued to see what they have to offer. So yeah, I think I definitely want to try this particular fragrance, definitely. So Born in Roma Green Stravaganza is a very heavy might buy. So next up we have the 500th release of the Black Opium flankers. Now we're having Black Opium over red, okay, and it comes in it looks like a burgundy red bottle. It looks like it's going to be transparent. I'm not quite sure, but this one features the main accords of cherry, coffee, warm, spicy, sweet, white floral, vanilla, patchouli, citrus, woody, balsamic, and we have in the top cherry, green mandarin, middle notes of orange blossom, jasmine, and black tea, base notes of coffee, Madagascar vanilla, and Indonesian patchouli. Now, what can I expect from this fragrance? One, we're going to be getting another cherry fragrance, okay? It's citrusy cherry fragrance with a floral heart with a tea note in there, with some coffee and vanilla, somewhat of a bold base, but overall, I think this is going to be overall a cherry fragrance. Can they successfully give us a cherry latte scent? I don't know. But if they plan on giving us a cherry latte fragrance, this would be spectacular. Okay, it would be spectacular. So I'm going to have to wait, but this definitely piques my curiosity. Another fragrance that I want to get my hands on is the Le Parfum. That one was also a fairly new release of 2023, you guys. I cannot keep up. I haven't even got that fragrance as yet. So when I look at getting myself the new Black Opium, I have to get that one as well to tell you guys about it. But I recently smelled it. You guys probably saw that in my shopping vlog. And it's a go, it's a love, it's a yes, it's a oh hell yes. So Black Opium over red is definitely a strong yes. It sounds interesting. Anyhow, let's move on to the next. Next up, we have Vanilla Sex by Tom Ford. Okay, so we like the provocative edge. We do like the provocative vibes that Tom Ford gives us. We do get it. What we don't like is the price tag. So let's talk about it. So Vanilla Sex features bitter almond and top notes, and hot flowers and vanilla tincture. Base, we have vanilla absolute, tonka bean absolute, sandalwood, and ultra vanille. I'm not quite sure what that is, but it sounds like it's going to be a powdery sweet white floral vanilla fragrance. A powdery sweet vanilla fragrance with the essence of white florals. Vanilla Sex, I don't know. Let me tell y'all. I think I saw that this fragrance isn't released in the UK because I haven't seen it. I've been in Selfridges recently. So as of today, I'm not quite sure if it came out during Christmas or whatever. I literally went to Selfridges on the 23rd. So I'm thinking if it was going to be released, it would have been on shelf by then, okay? I'm seeing it available in America, and I'm seeing it at a price tag of $300 and something, $325 thereabouts. I don't really care. It's expensive. And I'm not getting this perfume. I'm just not getting the perfume. I can't with Tom Ford and his extravagant prices. It's too much. I'm not even considering this fragrance. I'm the least bit interested. It sounds, I don't know, it sounds like Vanilla Sex, sounds like vanilla, sounds like Tom Ford, but I'm the least bit intrigued. So that's Vanilla Sex. So of the new and upcoming releases, these are the only fragrances that I'm intrigued by, and I am most definitely anticipating. Now let's discuss some fragrances that were released in 2023 that didn't make a very big buzz. The next fragrance that I am intrigued by, that I recently happened to smell, is Bravi by Thameen, you guys. Now, this is one of the newest releases from Thameen. I'm not hearing people talk about this release at all. I'm only hearing people talking about Blue Heart. And I smelled Blue Heart, and Blue Heart, no thank you. I'm not interested in that fragrance. But Bravi, on the other hand, this is spectacular in my opinion. So it's described as a citrus gourmand fragrance, which is why I'm surprised that people aren't all over this fragrance. It has in the main accords of citrus, honey, tuberose, sweet, warm, spicy, vanilla, white floral, tobacco, animalic, and fresh. And we have top notes of bitter orange, ginger, and bergamot, middle notes of honey, tuberose, and saffron, base notes again of walnut, milk, vanilla, and tobacco. This fragrance has a very interesting scent, okay? I want to say you get somewhat of, you get like a honey, almondy, milky, warm, sweet essence in this fragrance. I would say this, and that's the best way. It has like a honeyed, sweet, warm, almost almondy. I want to say perhaps it's the walnut milk. The walnut milk is coming off like a mixture of a cinnamon and like a vanilla or tonka bean. This fragrance is warm and sweet, and it has like a slight resemblance to Janie from SORA DORA. This fragrance literally goes in that direction, but in the opening you definitely get those citrusy elements. You definitely get the bitter orange and the ginger and the bergamot. Now ginger is not starring, instead it's creating like a fusion. There is like a very, it's like a citrusy, I don't want to say sharp, it's not sharp, but it has like a very citrus opening that it kind of feels like the citrusy elements are colliding in the opening, in my opinion. And then it goes into, again, that warm, sweet, almost honeyed, milky essence, in my opinion. Beautiful fragrance, not too overwhelming, not too sweet, definitely a very strong fragrance, okay? Beautiful perfume from Thameen, you guys. This is a highlight for me. As a matter of fact, out of all the fragrances that I tried from Thameen, this particular scent was very spectacular, and I am quite surprised why a lot of people aren't talking about it. Instead, they're raving about Blue Heart, and I feel like Blue Heart leaves much to be desired. It's really not that spectacular in my opinion. But anyhow, Bravi really, really, really sparked my attention. So that's Bravi, one of the newest releases from Thameen. Next up, we have Lovers by Fragrance de Bois. You guys, listen. I feel like the price tag of Fragrance de Bois fragrances is kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Because this fragrance came out, and I saw the release. I definitely saw the release, and I saw one or two persons talk about it, maybe three persons talk about it. One person on TikTok mentioned this fragrance, but people aren't really raving about this fragrance. I think because they're afraid of the price tag, but the scent profile, oh child, this is good. This is good, okay? So Fragrance de Bois Lovers, which was released in 2023. It has in the main accords of woody, warm, spicy, rose, patchouli, fruity, earthy, balsamic, sweet, metallic, floral. And in the notes, in the top notes, we have passion fruit, plum, ginger, and bergamot. In the heart, we have some rose, saffron, and jasmine. In the base, we have some cashmere wood, patchouli, cedarwood, sandalwood, and vetiver. This fragrance opens up like now it says wood, okay, but I get oud. I get a very strong, prominent oud. Now, I was recently told by one of these sales personnel at Selfridges that Fragrance de Bois fragrances all having a keynote of oud. And I believe it, without them telling me that. But this fragrance is meant to be on the woody side, and you definitely get it, but I get oud. I get a lot of oud in this fragrance. It opens up fresh, citrusy, and bright. You get a light sweetness. You definitely get that passion fruit accord, that passion fruit note in here. The plum is, coupled with the passion fruit. You get a nice, beautiful sweetness in this fragrance. But I want to say the ginger, the spicy touches in the opening, it's revved very high in this fragrance. So the fruity elements is in the background of the spicy, woody, oudy touches, in my opinion. And then it goes down into the heart where you get the saffron. Again, the spices mixing with the rose and the jasmine. You definitely get the florals. But again, I want to say it's either the oud or the spices in here. There is like a This is not a flat fragrance. It's a vibrant fragrance. It's a very much alive and beautiful scent. Okay, beautiful fragrance. I'm not hearing a lot of people talk about, but you're getting like a passion fruit, fresh, sweet spices, and then it dries down to something woody. You have your patchouli in the base that's making a very, 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 very pronounced presence, in my opinion. Beautiful perfume, you guys. Dare I say this fragrance smells better than Cavot? It smells better than Cavot. It's in the same vein as Cavot because it's spicy and woody, but it has those fruity elements, and I've never seen anybody combine passion fruit and plum. And plum, in my opinion, is very, very sexy. This is a spectacular release from Fragrance de Bois, and I'm shook that people aren't talking about it. I'm guessing it's a price tag, but I feel like I'm that much in love with it. Okay, it's a really good fragrance, you guys, and it's a strong scent. It's quite strong. Okay, so Fragrance de Bois lovers, I really want that fragrance in my collection. I was also tempted to buy that particular scent, but yeah, this is like a new fragrance that's been recently added to my perfume list. So yeah, I have a few fragrances I want to check off first before I get to this one. So that's Lovers by Fragrance de Bois. Next up, we have Ode to Dullness by Juliet Has a Gun. Now, this is a fragrance that has been talked about, but I don't think it's very well loved. Okay, now the PR on this fragrance is high. I can tell that a lot of people have been sent this fragrance in PR. They've spoken about it, but I don't get the vibe that they love it. That's the vibe that I'm getting from Ode to Dullness by Juliet Has a Gun. But you guys, I have had the opportunity to smell this fragrance, and it is beautiful. Okay, first things first, it has the main accords of woody, anise, amber, powdery, soft, spicy, balsamic, musky, warm, spicy. And in the top notes, we have, well, it doesn't have like an arrangement of notes. It just has like a group of notes. We have cashmere wood, sandalwood, star anise, and tonka bean. This fragrance opens up fruity. It is fruity, but you're getting more of the sweetness from the fruity. So you're not getting like berries or anything juicy or anything like that. Just getting a sweetness that comes off really fruity in the opening of this fragrance. And then you have like a warm, smooth, creamy sweetness from this fragrance. This is a very warm and cozy, and in my opinion, intoxicating scent. I want to say it's the sandalwood. Now, when I smelled this fragrance, I got a very smooth essence of this fragrance. And I didn't pick up that it was a sandalwood. This has in the creamiest, smoothest sandalwood that I had ever come across. And then it's combined with a cashmere wood, making this fragrance very warm and cozy. And it led me to consider the name of this fragrance. For me, first of all, an ode to dullness made me dismiss this fragrance immediately. I think that's what it was. It made me completely dismiss this particular perfume because I'm like an ode to dullness. I'm an ode to brightness and vibrance and everything that's light. That's how I feel, right? And I know we are in fall and winter, which it's the most dull, most dull-esque time of the year. The weather changes, the trees they turn color and they fall. For some people, they find it very comforting, and I think that's the aspect that this fragrance tried to focus on: comfort in a very dull time. So something not too fruity, that's not too playful, that kind of conveys the mood of fall and wood and fall and Christmas. And then some cashmere wood to make you feel nice and cozy, along with that sandalwood to make it feel very comforting and warm. This is the vibe that this fragrance gives off, and I like it. I do like this beautiful fragrance. I will say to you, Juliet Has a Gun has a DNA, and maybe that's what's throwing people off, because I got something similar to vanilla vibes in this particular scent. That's what I got. I got something similar to vanilla vibes. This fragrance has in tonka bean. Okay, yeah, tonka bean. It doesn't mention vanilla, but it has a nice generous dose of sweetness. I think this is a beautiful fragrance. I think it's a really nice scent, you guys. But yeah, I don't feel like it's very well loved, but it's very well talked about because it was very well sent out. but it is a nice one, you guys. So let's move on to the next. Camina by Creed, you guys. No, I saw this fragrance going around, and I have this thing where I dismiss Creed's fruity fragrances. I don't think Creed is a very playful person, or the brand is very playful when it comes to florals. And I feel like they've recently been trying to bring out floral fragrances, and it's been like a strong miss or a pass. And some of them, you know, have been really, really nice. But I kind of like dismissed this fragrance when I heard it was like a fruity floral scent. But when I tried it, you guys, let me just tell you, when I tried it, I was like, it's okay. It wasn't all that. And I still don't think it's all that. But it smells really nice. It's something strange. It's like, this particular scent made me realize that it's important to revisit fragrances. You need to, you know, your first impression is sometimes your lasting impression, but not always. But with this one here, I smelled it and I was like, it's okay. Okay. But then when I smelled it the second time, it was actually a go. It was a yes. Okay. This fragrance smells really nice. Now, let's just get to the main accords. The main accords are rose, amber, floral, musky, warm, spicy, fresh, powdery, violet, and woody. And in the top notes, we have black cherry, saffron, and pink pepper. Middle notes, we have some May rose, peony, violet, and cashmere wood. Base, we have some musk, ambroxan, myrrh, and frankincense. And in my opinion, you get a lot of the saffron. You get a lot of the black cherry mixing with the pink peppers. You get that, you know, invigorating, almost sharp cherry essence. But the black cherry in here says coming off like grapes to me. It's coming off like a grape vibe. I'm getting grapes from this fragrance. That was my initial reaction. Of course, it's probably that the black cherry is reacting with the rose and the violet. It's the violet perhaps combining with the rose. I got grapes, okay? And you definitely get like a musky vibe to this perfume, and the cashmere wood, okay? It's fruity, sweet, almost powdery, definitely musky, clean smelling but strong, and definitely long lasting. However, it gives me slight resemblance of Good Girl Glam. I don't know if I'll be getting this perfume, if I could be honest. I don't know if I'll get this fragrance, but I did like this fragrance. I do feel it. There are some differences between Good Girl Glam and Camina. The price tag, I don't know. This is a nice fragrance. This is the tough one. This one is a tough one for me. I don't know how I feel just yet. I probably would lean more to passing on this fragrance than grabbing it, but I do feel that it is a nice fragrance. So that's Camina by Creed. Next up, we have a Nishane X. So Nishane released the entire X range, giving us an X version of the original perfume range, and I've had the opportunity to smell all of them. I'm not going to go into all of them because I'm going to briefly touch base on all of them, but the main one I'm going to talk about is the Nishane X. I do believe that Nishane is the best fragrance from the range entirely. Nishane. And let's talk about Nishane X. So Nishane X features the main accords of citrus, vanilla, aromatic, woody, warm, spicy, powdery, fresh, fruity, fresh, spicy, musky. And it has in top notes of lemon, bergamot, melon, ginger, cardamom, water notes, and pink pepper. Middle notes are green apple, black currant, sage, lavender, patchouli, and rose. Base notes are vanilla, sandalwood, cashmere wood, white musk, ambergris, and cedar. And let's just go back to the original DNA and kind of see if you can sniff out how, kind of convey to you guys how this fragrance differs from the original. Okay, so Nishane is a spicy, aromatic, a little bit earthy, green, musky vanilla fragrance. And the greenness in this fragrance, unlike other fragrances, it's the best part of this perfume. It's what makes this fragrance stand out. It's what makes this fragrance spectacular, in my opinion. And that's how I feel about Nishane With the Nishane X, okay, they've kept the opening, okay, it's opening up citrusy and a little bit green, okay, slight bit green. But in the heart, we're picking up a lot of the florals, okay? And you're not picking up one more than the other. You're just getting like a green apple, black currant, and like a rose essence. There is a bright floral essence in the heart, downplaying the aromatic green touches that you get in the opening. This fragrance is a little bit more appeasing than the original. The citrusy, fruity elements adds a brightening element to the original. As a brightening element, it makes it sweeter, a little bit warmer, fruitier, much more playful, and much more prettier. It has definitely a very elegant element to it because the original can come off a little bit harsh, a little bit masculine. And what they've given us is something very, very warm, very cozy, very alluring, and pretty and sweet. So I would argue that the Nishane X, though pricey, it's worth getting your hands on. I wouldn't say to get one without the other because they do have drastic differences in the scent profile that it makes it worthwhile. It's very, very distinctive, very different, a completely different ball game. Almost, it's a flanker of the original. There's no doubt about that. But it's that alluring, it's that nice, it's that spectacular. It's actually worth getting your hands on, you guys. I'm gonna say that to you. There is nothing in my body that's leaning in the opposite direction. I don't feel like this fragrance like, oh yeah, you're gonna waste your money. It's a lot of money, too much to invest or to try. This fragrance, every aspect of it is worth getting your hands on. It's worth trying. I'm not gonna lie. That's what I feel. That's what impressed I am with the Nishane X. Now, just to briefly touch base on all the others, I tried 100 Silent Ways. 100 Silent Ways, the original on a whole was not that impressive for me. Again, it smells similar to Black Opium, and Black Opium still smell more prominent, more strong, more sweeter. It's hitting more than 100 Silent Ways. And 100 Silent Ways was not that impressive, and neither was the X. Fan Your Flames is a very complex and interesting fragrance. The tobacco in there reminds me of the red tobacco fragrance from Mancera. Very, very, very strong tobacco fragrance. Maybe a little bit too blazing. It smells too strong. Almost like a chemical-like vibe to me. And that made me kind of dismiss Fan Your Flames. But this is one range that I want to revisit because I was completely like a no more than a yes with this range. Except for Nishane X, okay? And I also smelled Hassivat. Hassivat is very interesting smelling. It's very citrusy, aromatic, a little bit airy, woody, very interesting smelling fragrance, but it didn't have enough sweetness for me. So that one in particular, don't feel like I need it. I probably would, I don't know, I'm not quite sure I'll get it in a smaller bottle because it's not a fragrance I feel like I would grab much. So that's how I feel about Hassivat X and the original Hassivat. And all in all the new fragrances that I smelled recently and the ones that I'm anticipating smelling, these are my thoughts and this is how I feel about them. Let me know how you guys feel about these new releases, and of course the new releases that were released in the latter end of 2023 that were probably overshadowed by the 50 million releases, you guys. Let me know if you guys have smelled any of these fragrances, if you guys like them, if you guys are interested in getting them. Let me just know how you guys are feeling, especially about the upcoming releases for 2023. We have a lot so far. They are not playing with us this year, you guys. They're not playing this year, and they're getting ready to not play with us again in 2024. So let me know how you guys are feeling about these upcoming new releases and which ones you plan to get your hands on. And yeah, I hope you guys made it to the end. If in fact you did, please give me a very big thumbs up. If you guys are new here, please do not leave without hitting that subscribe button. Hit the notification bell so that way YouTube knows that you guys are intrigued, you're interested, you're enjoying my content, and you guys are just loving the vibes over here on this channel. And for those of you who are my returning subscribers, thank you guys for your continued support. I truly appreciate it. And until next time, see you guys in my very next video. Bye.